UK healthcare experts are preparing for a new pandemic known as Disease X. Disease X could be more deadly than COVID-19. The new pandemic can cause 20 times more fatalities than COVID-19. Disease X could cause up to 50 million deaths worldwide. Health experts are warning that this new virus could be as bad as the Spanish flu. Spanish flu killed about 50 million people in 1918 to 1920. At that time, it is equivalent to about 33% of the world's population. Now you can imagine the horror of Disease X. Dame Kate Bingham, who led the UK's efforts to develop vaccines, has given a serious warning. She said that the next pandemic could be much worse and might cause at least 50 million deaths. She emphasized that the world was fortunate that COVID-19 wasn't more deadly. The World Health Organization has given a name, Disease X, to the potential next pandemic, and says it might be coming soon. Dame Kate Bingham warned that Disease X could be over 7 times deadlier than COVID-19. She also mentioned that the next pandemic might come from a virus we already know about, comparing it to the terrible flu pandemic of 1918 to 1920 that took more than 50 million lives. She said, "Nowadays, we might see a similar number of people die from one of the many viruses we already know about. Today, there are more viruses multiplying and mutating than all the other living things on our planet put together." Of course, not all of these viruses are dangerous to people, but many of them are. She mentioned that scientists are keeping an eye on 25 virus families, and each family has thousands of different viruses. Any of these viruses could mutate into a very serious pandemic. But this monitoring doesn't include viruses that might jump from animals to people. Dame Kate explained that most people who got COVID-19 recovered. But think about a scenario where Disease X spreads as easily as measles and is as deadly as Ebola, which kills 67% of those it infects. She said somewhere in the world, this disease might already be spreading. And eventually, someone will start feeling sick because of it. In the UK, scientists have started working on creating a vaccine for an unknown disease called Disease X. They are doing this research in a very secure laboratory complex in Wiltshire, where more than 200 scientists are involved. They're looking at viruses that usually infect animals, but could also make people sick and spread quickly all over the world. Some of the viruses they are studying include bird flu, monkeypox, and a virus called hantavirus, which comes from rodents. According to the head of the UK Health Security Agency, factors such as population shifts and climate change are increasing the likelihood of future pandemics.